Hey, good morning, and I hope you guys are having a great day. So, we're going to be back writing and doing some of the more revisions on chapter number 12, along with fixing a couple things that I realize I might have messed up. They're not major things, but it is a plot hole that I don't like. On top of that, there's a scene that I haven't actually written out yet in the overall book of things. Hey, Def M, how you doing today? I hope you're having a great one. That scene I still haven't actually got around to writing. I think most of you know what I'm talking about. It's okay. It is a section, a giant section of its own chapter, so we'll kind of look at what I'm talking about in 1 second. Hold on 1 second here. Hold on, I've got to actually stop for 1 second. My daughter's crying, and I got to go find out what's going on. Like she's a little young girl. She cries, but I always do have to actually go and find out why. Hold on 1 second. Parenting. It's a complex thing. She had broke something and was very upset about it. I'll deal with that later. Honestly, it's not that big of a deal, and so she just got emotional about it. So let me go over what I need to fix, and I apologize for that slight disruption to things. Um, Something that happened is reality wise when I when let me think how I put this. Really trying to reorient myself. I got thrown out. Okay, so when Sam and Kiara head to the med bay to get her drugs and stuff like that, in all honesty, Sam would have had to have taken his data link or cyber link or whatever we called it with him, right? And at some point after the blast where Trag is killed and stuff like that, I have him go into his room and check to make sure his data link or something, or he goes and gets it. What I realized, it should be on him. And so that doesn't make any sense. But then on top of that, there's some other thing I decided that we could do too. And so real quick, I'm going to fix the little sub things. Then we're going to get on to revision 2 on chapter 12, in which it looks like I have, oh, because we have the AI scene coming up in chapter 13. Okay, now I see what's going on. Sorry, guys. We've got added chapters, so now everything's thrown off a little bit. And I hadn't corrected to that. Okay, not a biggie. Okay, so here obviously you can tell where the two add-in chapters are. This is him delving further into the AI. That's coming up quick. This is him breaking in, and this is the throwdown scene in which honestly I probably won't it won't be a super long chapter because I don't really feel comfortable writing a 2000 word throwdown scene. So it'll probably likely be in this zone honestly. So let's fix the minor things. I believe that it'd just be this one that we need to go into on chapter 9 is where we'd start fixing. So I'm going to do our fixes real quick. Cyber deck. Okay, so he went to his quarters and grabbed his cyber deck right here. So he has it by the time he's doing the Lincoln, and he has the remote link to his cyberdeck. So we've got it there. See, this is why I'm like, it doesn't make any sense. Okay, before Kiara arrived, I invited her in, getting out some bliss for us to do, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let me just look over this. I invited her in, getting out some bliss for us to do before we went out to walk around and hang out. I was super happy to get. Okay, you know what? This is what we're gonna do. I arrived back at my room with enough time. I believe we had him use an injector earlier that morning. Just gonna be honest about this situation. It's always something like this, right? Tangibles, blah blah. Okay. As soon as I got back to my quarters, I got into my stash, grabbed a few capsules of bliss, and one of the constructor nanite injectors. I washed the bliss down with a cool glass of water, sat on the bed, and braced myself as I placed the injector against my neck, triggering the release of its contents. The discharge was fast. Okay, so this is, he definitely took one here, right? So I am going to expand this out here, right here, guys. Okay. With that finished up, I decided to head back to my quarters to kill some time and wait for Kiara. That works. I arrived back at my room with enough time to work out and get a shower before Kiara arrived. I invited her in, getting out some bliss for us to do before we went out to walk around and hang out. I was super happy to see her and could tell she knew. Oh crap, I hate reading dialogues. I said, Kiara, I'm really glad you're on the ship. You make this whole situation a lot more pleasant. As I offered her some of the bliss, Kiara took the bliss and sat there, um, like she was in deep thought for a second before saying, Sam, thanks, Sam. I think I have a comma here. Yeah, thanks, Sam, comma. I really am enjoying your time also. I could tell there was something weighing on her mind, so I decided to ask, is there something wrong, Kiara? Or is there something wrong? Question mark. Kiara responded, I'm a little bit embarrassed to say, Sam, but bliss is not strong enough to relax my mind. And with all the thoughts running through my head, it makes it unbearable at times. I kind of hope, I kind of hoped you, let's see, I'm sorry I got lost there. I kind of hoped you might have something stronger. I looked closer. I could tell she had not been sleeping and looked almost exhausted. So I said, I'm all, wait. So I said, I am sorry? Oh, I'm sorry I don't. Okay, that makes sense. It wasn't making sense in my mind for seconds. I looked closer. I could tell she had not been sleeping and looked almost exhausted. Let's just say this. Let's not even say almost exhausted. Let's just say this girl's exhausted. She or looked exhausted at minimum, not almost. Let's take that almost out of there. So I said, I'm sorry I don't, but maybe the med bay has something. Would you like to come with me? Oh, wait. Would you like me to come with you? That wouldn't make sense. Okay, so here, I'm going to change this. I'm sorry I don't, but maybe the medical bay has something. I'm sure I can access it if something is there. Okay, so that's reasonable, right? I kind of think that this should be a contraction too. I'm sure I can access it. Okay, I'm sure I can access it if there's something there. So if you want to come with me, we could see what they might have. I'm going to leave that. That's not great dialogue, but it's reasonable. Okay, Kiara smiled before saying, "Thank you, Sam. That would be amazing. Are you sure you're okay doing that?" I was sure. In fact, more than sure. I told Kiara, so I told Kiara. I don't like this at all. I was sure. In fact, more than sure. Oh, I get where I'm saying it, how I'm saying it. I really didn't understand what I was saying here. We'll deal with that. Oh, do I want to change this? I'm honestly gonna say, I don't know if that's better or not. We'll find out in a second. Hey Liz Meyer, how you doing today? Hope you're having a great day, by the way. Let's see if we like this better. And did we fix everything I wanted to fix? I really don't feel we did, but we'll move forward in a second. Okay, I kind of hoped you might have something stronger. I looked closer. I could tell she had not been sleeping and looked exhausted. So I said, I'm sorry I don't. But maybe the medical bay has something. I'm sure I can access it if there is something there. So if you want to come with me, I really don't like this sentence at all. Hmm. I'm doing freaking awesome right now. Minus I'm hating the wording on stuff. Honestly, guys, I have a strategy here, as crazy as it is, right? And it's where we fixed all the sentence fixing and the dialogue fixing in revision 3. Right now, we're supposed to be fixing the stuff that deals with the nanites, the magic, alien, atmospherics, crap like that. And adding in those chapters that we needed to. Hey, Lion of Europe, I hope you're having a great day. I'm freaking having an awesome one. I've got some pretty good coffee though, so that really does help. My stream did start out a little chaosy though, but that's part of, you know, chaos. Chaos. It's okay. That's always a blessing, right? Is there something else that I'm wanting to fix besides the dialogue here? Probably not. I think I'm gonna fix it anyway, just a little bit. Okay, so we know what I'm wanting to say here at least. I'm sorry, I am sorry I don't. This is a question, right? Isn't he invoking a question? I feel like I'm gonna go to him invoking a question because he's asking. He's not really declaring there. This is factual. Ooh, I'm gonna break this baby up a little bit. Okay, I figured it out, guys. This is gonna make it seem a little bit more natural anyway. I'm gonna have him keeping it in his cargo pocket. Are we all cool with him keeping his data thing in his cargo pocket temporarily? I don't know where he'd keep it. In a car. Yeah, this thing's the bane, right? Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna close this out, and this is him asking. Don't worry, this is all gonna come together in a second and make more sense somehow. Okay, let's look at this. Hey, Snow Ranger, how you doing today also? Let's look at this today. By the way, we are going to jump to the chapter I'm supposed to be working on. I just need to fix this. Mm. Okay, so he's confident she's going to take him up on the offer to go get into the med lab and get the drugs, right? So does he just check the pocket real quick? Ooh, I don't use this word, you guys. Nonchalant. Yeah, I was going to spell that wrong. I'll be honest. Oh, oh, I was going to spell it wrong even with it in front of me, obviously. Crap. Okay. Is it patted? Okay, I feel that we're good with this right here. Boom. And we'll have to I'll go back over this. I think I have it fixed though. Let's look at this real quick. I looked closer. I could tell she had not been sleeping and looked exhausted, so I asked, "Oh, okay, so we're gonna have this be a reply. We're gonna also type it the correct way. Oh, replied. Sorry. Looked exhausted, so I replied, I'm sorry I don't, but maybe the medical bay has something. I was confident she would take me up on my offer, so I nonchalantly patted my cargo pocket, making making sure I okay, so this would be like this, comma, making sure I still had my cyber deck on me from earlier before saying, let's look at this. I don't like this at all still. I was confident she would take me up on my offer, so I nonchalantly patted my cargo pocket. Jacket or pants? Do jackets have cargo pockets, guys? Can we make a jacket have a cargo pocket? Jacket cargo pocket? Oh crap, those do for sure. Okay. Well, we're gonna have it nonchalantly patted my jacket's cargo pocket, making sure I still had my cyber deck on me from earlier, before saying, I'm sure I can access it if there's something there. So if you want to come with me, we could see what they might have. The wording on this is horrible right there. The rest of this is fixed-ish, ish. I mean, like, obviously the wording and everything could be improved. Let's figure out what I'm doing. Okay, so right now I'm confident with this enough that we move forward. I'm gonna fix this because this is bugging me. And in revision 3, know that likely we're going to get hung up and be revising through that. The way it reads is bad, and I don't like it. So it could be worded better, but it does technically convey what we want to convey. So this is the throwdown scene that you guys understand, the NC-17 or whatever scene the chapter 7 or 10 is. I haven't wrote it yet. Okay, so here's what you guys do know, and because we're going to kind of have an outline of it right now before we move on, is um, uh, mid sized mutually grat- Whoa, 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 what the heck am I doing here? Well, I meant gratifying. Okay, so that is going to happen there. There's going to be a mutually pleasing scene where they're throwdowning, right? Now, during this scene, this is going to be important for you guys to know because if you don't know this, I just decided that this is going to happen, right? So we know earlier this day he injected constructor nanites into himself. It says it right here. So he went through the whole day, lots of stuff is happening, right? This isn't the first injection of constructor nanites. We're going to have the scene. Um, okay, so here's why this is going to happen. So this is tragic in multiple ways. It's not tragic. I don't know what to call it. So this girl is telepathic. He is going to, they're going to have this throwdown scene. During the throwdown scene, in fact, we'll even bring it further than that. Okay, the during the scene, the sexual climax is going to trigger Sam to realize the AI has established a connection when what was the girl that he's in love with, right? Uh, okay, yeah. Elena? We're just doing horrible spelling today. Okay. Okay. So I know big jerk things to do. Okay, so here's how this scene is gonna play out. I am gonna write it. Honestly, it's not gonna happen this weekend. Uh, it might happen before Friday. If it does, that's a miracle. So let's just pretend that every time I say I'm gonna work on it on the weekend, that that does not happen. Let's. I don't want to lie. I just at this point we know that's probably not happening. I like my weekend. So, what is going to happen is this is Sam's first. Hey, Yasir. I hope you're having a great one. Hey, Snow Ranger and Is Sucks. I hope you guys are all doing well, by the way. Um, what is going to happen is I am going to get this written pretty soon, hopefully. What we know is we're going to write a mid size, very intense, mutually pleasuring scene right here. The girl is a telepath. That makes it a little bit easy because she's going to know what he wants and desires a little bit. And so, blah, blah, blah. I haven't decided on the roughness level or the kink level of it. Probably moderate in the reasonable zone, honestly. I mean, I haven't really thought it through, except medium size. During the sexual climax, right? Unfortunate to Sam, that is when the AI is going to have established some neural connections that are going to allow it to take the situation that he's in, and it's going to, while tying in, it's going to flood him with a just a flood of memories of his previous escapades, including with images and stuff like that, and memories of Elena, and even memories from inside the AI itself of Eric's, when Eric had the AI, escapades with Amelia. So he's never even met Amelia technically. Um, of course, because we have a telepath girl, she's going to see that all right in the middle of their thing, in which obviously that is going to change some of this a little bit. Let's see if it would. Okay, so let's imagine that that just happened, right? Oh, that's very cool. So she just got. So this is obviously I'm gonna have to put the butt hurt part here where she gets upset and says I don't want to talk about it or some crap like that. I don't know. Let's put it right here. Is okay. Now we know she is upset. So I'm going to establish she's upset here. So taking into account that that girl is upset because in the middle of them doing the thing, all of a sudden he was flooded with tons of memories of the other moments of him doing the thing, in which she gets flooded with all of those because she's telepathic. I think that's reasonable. Then she's upset. So that's how that chapter is going to end. As Chiara and I walked towards the galley to get some lunch, hmm, do I want to add something to that? We heard a loud explosion. Do you guys think I should put silently in there? As Kiara and I walk silently, I've kind of think that we need to put that she's not talking to him right here. Okay. As Kiara and I walked towards the galley to get some lunch, she was still visibly upset and still not speaking to me. Okay. Right as we approached the galley, we heard a loud explosion followed by screams. So the rest of this we fixed, and we were happy with this. Looks like too many spaces, but it is only two spaces. I just had to check. We've got all that fixed, except I think I had him go into his room and check some. Oh, I did. Hold on. This is the other thing I need to check. So they're coming back. There's the explosion. Blah, blah, blah. The whole scene goes out. Torn to pieces people. Okay, so here's where we're wrong. I added him getting his cyber deck. You see there? Okay, so we just fixed it. I pulled myself together, then made my way through the wreckage of my doorway to the nightstand. Thankfully, the constructor nanite injectors were unharmed. Okay, let's look at this. So I just had him slam another injector. So altogether, I don't honestly think we're having him slam that many injectors. Just so. Let's see. I pulled myself together, blah, blah. I grabbed one of the injectors immediately. Wait. I pulled myself together, then made my way through the wreckage of the doorway to the nightstand. Thankfully, the constructor nanite injectors when were unharmed. I apologize. I grabbed one, injecting it immediately, and placed the remaining two in my cargo pocket. Then returned to the corridor to find Akio, Rory, Mia, and Captain. I don't actually know how to say this. I think it's Coke or Coach. Coke. Who knows? Captain Coke. We'll just call him that. Still standing there, sizing up what had happened as the ship robots worked to repair the damage. I pulled up the remote link I had established with the system, quickly finding. Okay, so see, this is all easy. We've got that fixed. This is all true. The rest of the way through, we're good. So this is at the end of that. Let's go to 12. Start fixing the stuff we're actually supposed to be at. Thank you guys for patiently waiting through me fixing that. You guys do see though that I had accidentally having had him going back to get something he had on him. And in all honesty, that other scene and the dynamics are going to be better after the whole situation with the flood of memories and her getting butthurt. So it's okay. Okay, let's go to chapter 12. This is what we're working on. We're working on the magic elements, alien elements, the nanite stuff, AI, atmospherics, and the virus stuff. None of that really probably has a lot in this section. All of the descriptions to the characters and stuff like that are going to get buffed up in revision number 4, just for the record. So I'm going to need Chiara and Mia. Okay, so here's what happened. They just stormed the bridge, um, and they've captured basically Daniel, right? Who is one of the people that is responsible for the what just happened. I'm honestly also thinking about having more bombs go off than just the bomb at his quarters, just so you guys know. So during the next revision, there's a high chance, or just there's a high chance that I make the act of sabotage actually a little bit more. I don't know when that's going to happen. It could happen off stream. I don't have any idea. Okay, so I'm going to need Kiara and Mia. So Kiara is of course the telepath, and Mia is of course the corporate witch. Wait, let me count these actually, not just be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? I'm gonna need Kiara and Mia to help get what we can out of Daniel before we dispose of him. Sam and Rory, go check on your friends and keep them away. Oh, I really don't like this. Sam and Rory. Sam and Rory, go check on your friends and keep them away. None of you are going to want to see this. Am I just not liking it out of nothing? What's wrong with this that I'm not liking? I'm going to need Kiara and Mia to help get what we can out of Daniel before we dispose of him. Sam and Rory, go check on your friends and keep them away. None of you are going to want to see any of this. Akio, said Akio. reasonable. You know what? Though this is a great place we can add something for Captain Coach. Okay. Sorry about that. I just gotta look through this. I'm gonna have to fix this now because I fixed that last thing. I'm gonna need Kiara and Mia to help get what we can out of Daniel before disposing of him. Sam and Rory, go check on your friends and keep them away. None of you are going to want to see this, said Akio. Captain Coke, maybe it's Captain Coke, stood over the bodies of her dead crew members, her eyes fixed with hate upon Daniel. I could tell. And this is going to be easy. Watch this. I think we have it fixed right here. And let me double check that we still have sound because that's always nice to know, right? Okay, I'm going to need Kiara and Mia to help get what we can out of Daniel before we dispose of him. Sam and Rory, go check on your friends and keep them away. None of you are going to want to see this, said Akio. Captain Coke stood over the bodies of her dead crew members, her eyes fixed with hate upon Daniel. I could feel the seriousness in the room as it became clear they planned on torturing information out of him. As I walked out of the bridge, I could see Daniel still alive in agony. Oh, you know what? Let's make this a little bit scary. As I walked out of the bridge, I glanced. Wow, I'm sucking at spelling today. Okay, so I might have changed it to be a little bit more extreme now. As I walked out of the bridge, I glanced back, meeting Daniel's eyes. I could see the fear and agony in his face and knew he was silently begging for me to save him. But he had killed my friend Trag and betrayed us. Um, do I want this other? Okay, I'm gonna see if this makes sense. In all honesty, okay, so honestly, I think that this is going to be good, but let's find out. We already have read this crap. We already know what this says. So, I could feel the seriousness in the room as it became clear they planned on torturing information out of him. As I walked out of the bridge, I glanced back, meeting Daniel's eyes. I could see fear and agony in his face and knew he was silently begging for me to save him. But he had killed my friend Trag and betrayed us. As I walked off, comma, I felt vindicated that Daniel was lying there in agony. Hmm. With bones protruding from his skin. Um, I really feel this a little out of control. As I walked off, I felt vindicated that Daniel was lying there in agony, with bones, thorns protruding from his skin. Okay, there, we've got it fixed. And I considered him well deserving of whatever happened next. Rory and I made our way back to the crew quarters where Brandon, Toby, Oren, and Zach were standing. This is where he gets in trouble with everybody. Tregs, and let's put this. Trag's body had been moved already, but the destruction from the blast was still apparent, with blood still coating much. I don't think we need this. Let me read through this without it, and then let's double check. But the destruction from the blast was still apparent. Blood still coating much of the corridor. No, we didn't need that, right? I agree. Now, with the smoke cleared, I could see the blast had destroyed the doorway of my quarters. Now, with the smoke and chaos cleared, I could see the blast had destroyed the doorway of my quarters. Zach looked. Zach's looked. Zach's look was that of anger. Zach's look was that of anger. Okay. How did this happen, Sam? You were supposed to be watching them and watching our backs. Now Blake is lying in the medical bay and Trag is dead. So that I feel is reasonably good. Let's fix that part. Oren pushed his way between us. How did we get this wrong? Is it really just Oren? I really don't think it was like that originally. Let's get it down to Oren. Obviously, I got out of control at one point, and it's supposed to be just Oren. Probably should check to make sure there's not more examples of that. Okay. Oren pushed his way between us as if to control the situation. Working to calm down Zach. Hold on. Orion said, "Look, we don't know how exactly this happened, but we all knew there were risks. Sam, you really need to explain. Um, Hold on, let me fix this real quick. Sam, you really need to explain what went wrong with watching them, though. I thought you were going to take care of that." So that's all. We're reasonable on that. I knew deeply that it was my fault, at least in part. Okay. The part that he was supposed to be watching him is true. We established that already. I gathered myself and explained, "I'm sorry. I don't know how exactly I don't know exactly what happened, but I'll find out." You know what? I made a mistake. I got distracted with Kiara. We went to the med. You know what? This I want to be able to call it the med bay. It wants it separated. We'll separate it, whatever. We went to the med bay to get something, and we ended up hooking up. I had started I had started watching Daniel and Ethan beforehand, and it didn't seem like they were doing anything. So this is all true. Besides, the spacing's horrible. In the end, though, I should have never gotten distracted. I am sorry. Do we want I am sorry or just I'm sorry? I feel that people don't say I am sorry. We'll leave that. That's wording. I'm not gonna obsess about wording. Toby stepped forward, trying to push us apart. See how bad this is? I'm gonna really have to go through this. Toby stepped forward, trying to push us apart. Oren, wait. Toby stepped forward, trying to push past Oren, saying, "So this is your fault. You and Kiara were busy doing each other instead of watching our backs. You better hope Blake makes it." Okay, and I feel because I will never. Okay, boom. You better hope Blake makes it, comma, because I will never forgive you for this if he doesn't. Okay. We're gonna go check on my brother. You need to figure out what happened. Boom. But did I attribute this to anybody? Oh, okay. So hold on. I gotta fix this. This would be Blake right here. Okay. Wait. Okay, so I think I've got this. Maybe. Toby stepped forward, trying to push past Oren, saying, "So this is your fault." Oh, Blake's the one in the hospital. Let me fix this more. Sorry, guys. Boom. See how you can get messed up? Toby stepped forward, trying to push past Oren, saying, "So this is your fault. You and Kiara were busy doing each other instead of watching our backs. You better hope Blake makes it, because I will never forgive you for this if he doesn't." Toby took a couple breaths to calm himself down before saying, "Okay, and then I'll fix the rest of it afterwards." Toby stepped forward, trying to push past Oren, saying, "So this is all your fault. You and Kiara were busy doing each other instead of watching our backs. You better hope Blake makes it, because I will never forgive you for this if he doesn't." Toby took a couple breaths to calm himself down before saying, "We're going to go check on my brother. You need to figure out what happened." As he walked away. Then this part, I don't need to say. I don't really think it actually um, matters. I had messed up. Trag was dead. So yeah, that this part we're good with. I think that this. Okay, there that is. I had messed up. Trag was dead now. We had been friends for years. Okay, I had messed up. Trag was dead now. We had been friends for years. That definitely needs rewritten, but it does say what it's supposed to say. He had been the one who brought this opportunity to me. Now, who knows what happened? Let me spread this. Trag had always been a good guy to me. So I made my way to a console so I could find out exactly what happened. You know what? I don't really believe he would have to do that. Really want to rewrite this section right here above it. The rest of this is going to be good. You know what I'm saying? Um, Hold on, let me get right here. And what do we have wrong here? We have it Toby and Ethan. See how I just changed people's names? Ethan, Ethan, Toby. Boom. Okay, let me figure out how to fix what we've got going on real quick. Because honestly, some of it's going to be a little bit different. For one, I think I do want to expand the amount of bombing that happened on the I'm gonna change the amount of bombing that happened on the ship, guys. I'm gonna just let you guys know as I'm writing this right here. I'm gonna write a note real quick. I don't want to go back and mess with it now, but okay. Don't worry. I'm gonna fix that. Do we need that? Okay, let's see. I'm just adjusting what everybody had. Okay, I'm gonna have this fixed. I think we've got this. Okay. I'm gonna just rewrite what we have right here, just slightly different, just so you guys know. Okay. We already know that he messed up. We established up here I knew deeply that it was my fault. So this I had messed up does nothing for us, right? Everybody agrees? Trag was dead now. Now he was dead. That says the same thing. We had been friends for years. Boom, boom. He had brought us this opportunity. Watch this. We're going to just get rid of that whole freaking section now because we already just reset the whole thing differently. Nice, right? And it sounds better anyway, the way we just said it, I think. I'll read over it. We'll make sure it sounds better. I'm going to fix other stuff too, don't worry. So this guy's having a bad day, right? Has a throwdown. The throwdown's great, but then all of a sudden, like, he's thinking about his ex and other girls. That girl can actually tell. Then they finish that up. They come out. Boom. Friend's dead. Okay. Got that fixed. Trag had been one of my best friends. Okay, Trag had been one of my best friends, along with being the person who had brought us this opportunity. Now he was dead. Trag had been a good guy to me, so I made my way to the console. Okay, Trag had been one of my best friends, along with being the person who had brought us this opportunity. Now he was dead. Trag had always been a good guy to me, and Blake was seriously injured, so I wanted to know how exactly this. Wait. So I wanted to know what exactly had happened. That's true. Kick this back. Boom, boom. Hey, how you doing, Colt? Oh, I don't do that stuff, but have a great day, man. Or not Colt. Why did I call you Colt? That doesn't make sense. Nightmare, really. I just made up a random. A glance down, I really was thinking Colt for some reason. Who knows? I patched in with a direct link and started pulling the ship surveillance systems. Okay. Do you know about the mythological version of a horse that's called a nightmare though? Those are cool. I mean like they're not real, so like but the idea of them is neat. I like them. Personally, I love D&D. It has so many cool creatures. Okay, I patched in with a direct link and started pulling all the ship surveillance system files from the okay, and I think I need to put a comma right there. Files. From the time I had last watched Daniel and Ethan to the time of the explosion. Around 1 hour after I had watched them, they started working on putting a oh, devices together. In Ethan's corner, Daniel armed himself with a heavy laser pistol from a stash of weapons they had brought on board. Ethan took. Okay, so let's fix this because we're gonna have this bombing's gonna be more stuff. So let's decide this. Around an hour after I watched them, around an hour after I had last watched them. Oh, comma. They started working on putting three devices together in Ethan's quarters. Ethan took the three. Okay, I'm gonna see if I like this. And we'll have to find out real quick. Trag had been one of my best friends, along with being the person who had brought us this opportunity. Now he was dead. Trag had always been a good guy to me, and Blake was seriously injured. So I wanted to know exactly what had happened. I patched in with a direct link and started pulling all the ship surveillance system files. From the time I had last watched Daniel and Ethan to the time of the explosion. And let's do explosions. We're pluraling now, right? Oh, it's going good. We're in revision 2, chapter 12. And so, like, I consider that good. I mean, like, obviously, this is a big, big freaking chapter, so it's not going to be that fast. But I mean, I'm not going to fix the wording everywhere either, guys. So let's find where I was just at. I'm really bad about that. Hooking up, track, blah, blah. Around an hour after I last watched them, they started working on three devices, putting three devices together, putting together three devices, or putting three devices together in Ethan's quarter. Daniel then armed himself with a heavy laser pistol from a stash of weapons they had brought aboard. Ethan took the three devices placed in satchels, a couple of fragmentation grenades, and a laser carbine. That we've established. After going over the plan for the last time, they split up. Ethan was to. Okay. This is where it's going to change. Let's figure out exactly how we're going to do this. Okay, so Ethan is supposed to place a bomb at the arms room. Wait, do we want the bomb to be planted at the propulsion inside? Oh, you know what? Okay. Okay. After going over the plan, they split up. Oh, last time they split up. Ethan was to place bombs at the arms room, inside engineering at wait, inside engineering at the warp compression field generator. I'm going to probably fix this a little bit. After going over the plan for the last time, they split up. Ethan was to place bombs at the arms room, inside of engineering. Okay, at the arms room, at the warp compression field generator, and at my quarters. Okay, if I was in my quarters, he was to kill me, then plant the device inside my room to explode. Okay, boom, boom, boom. This is gonna be like this. Okay, generator in my quarters. If I was in my quarters, he was to kill me, then plant the device inside my room to explode and take out whoever found me. Wait, we'll just fix this. Okay, kill me, then plant the device inside my room to explode and cause more of a distraction. If I was not there, he was to leave the device set to explode when I arrived back and found it. Stay in the area to make sure the job was finished no matter what. Okay. Daniel, okay, so this is what we're going to fix. Hey Avalonis, good morning. Daniel was to make his way to the bridge and wait to hear the explosion before making his move during the chaos. So would be able to message the elves. Okay. This is what I'm going to change in it, and this isn't going to be a big change, but you guys will see that this is. I'm going to break this off right there because that was their plan, right? And so this is where it didn't go. Okay. How is it not panicked like that? Hold on. What am I wrong on here? I'm going to go along with them. I'll just pretend that we agree. Okay. Most of the plan Okay, most of the plan played out as they had expected until Ethan could not get access to engineering to place the device on the warp compression generator. From there, he panicked. Okay, let me double check what he was supposed to do. Blah, blah. Arms room. Okay. Okay, Trag was coming to my quarters with some bliss and seemed to have planned to hang out. I'm gonna have him detonate the bomb right here, and it is gonna be panic, right? So hold on one second. Let me fix this. So, okay. Ethan tried to walk away, but his Trag reached the satchel while calling for him. Okay. Most of the plan played out as they expected. Let me double check I have sound because that's always good, right? Um, okay, most of the plan played out as they expected until Ethan could not get access to the engineering to place the device on the warp compression generator. From there, he became panic and placed the device in front of the door. Okay. From there, he became panicked, placing the device. Uh, is sloppily a word? Sloppily. Okay, let's see what we think here. Ethan then rushed to my quarters, sloppily planting the device in front of my door, right as Trag. Okay, door, comma. Right as Trag rounded the corner to witness it. See, that's good. We're good. Okay, so let's read through this, see if we like this. We might have actually fixed some more. Most of the plan played out as they had expected until Ethan could not get access to engineering to place the device on the warp compression generator. From there, he became panicked, placing the device outside the blast doors protecting engineering. Ethan then rushed to my quarters, sloppily planting the device in front of my door, right as Trag rounded the corner to witness it. Trag was coming to my quarters with some bliss and seemed to have planned to hang out. Ethan tried to walk away, but as Trag reached the satchel while calling him, he detonated the device. The way things played out seemed to to have and then caught. Oh my, I just realized I'm not thinking of how to spell caught all of a sudden. Catch I know how to spell caught. I haven't spelled caught forever. They caught a tiger. Oh crap. Makes sense? Shocked that I couldn't think of that, guys. It's okay. Okay, the way things played out seemed to have caught Ethan off guard, as he was still scrambling to figure out what had happened as Blake and Toby came out of their quarters. Okay. I'm going to leave that. Blake seeing Ethan standing there with a heavy. Ethan did take the heavy laser pistol, yeah. Frick. No. Ethan has the laser carbine. Sorry, you guys. Blake seeing Ethan standing there with. Okay. Blake seeing Ethan standing there with his laser carbine aimed upon them. Okay, Blake, seeing Ethan standing there with his laser carbine aimed upon them, moved to shield his brother, right as we arrived. From there, I knew what had occurred. Okay, so we had played that out pretty good. This Mad Bay part, they're really rude about that. Okay, so we've got that. I disconnected from the system and started to make my way to the med bay to check on Blake. As I entered, everyone turned, looking at me with judgment in their eyes still remaining. Jeez, that's really looking at me with judgment in their eyes still remaining. I really hate that. Okay, with judgment still remaining in their eyes. Okay, I feel we're good with that. As I entered, everyone turned, looking at me with judgment still remaining in their eyes. Blake was in a regen tank, alive, but still unconscious. Toby, okay, good. Like, Toby was sitting on the floor on a blanket in front of Blake's regen tank. Brandon, Orion, and Washington. Brandon, Orion. Do we want to throw Rory in here too? No, we can leave Rory out of this. She doesn't need to be in everything. Brandon, Orion, Washington, and Zach. Wait, Brandon, Orion, Washington, and Zach. Or Zach, Washington. Why do I think I don't have somebody here that should be then? Kyoto should be in here, right? Yeah, Kyoto should be in here. No, he wouldn't be. You know what? Brandon, Orion, Washington, and Zach. And see, this should be Oren. Holy crap, how many more things like that do I need to fix? Brandon, Oren, Washington, and Zach seem to have been in the middle of a serious conversation. I disregarded their look so I could tell them what I had found out about. Wait. So I could tell them what I had found out and find out how Blake was doing. So I could tell them what I had found. It's probably not. Okay, I disregarded their looks so I could tell them what I had found. and find out how Blake was doing. That I'm okay with. Oof. I asked, is he okay? Oh, see, we do have Washington here. Washington stepped forward, saying, thankfully, we got him here fast, and Sarah was able to heal. Wait. And Sarah was able to. Okay. Thankfully. Washington stepped forward, saying, thankfully, we got him here fast, and Sarah was able to use her healing abilities to help him, or he would be dead. You are really lucky you brought someone. Okay. Oh, sorry, guys. We're really just. Wait. We're really just lucky, or we're really lucky. Okay, we're really just lucky to have brought someone who can use healing magic. Hold on, let me fix this one, too. Okay, we're really just lucky. I really don't like that. We're really lucky to we're really lucky to have brought someone who can use healing magic. I'm okay with that. Or he would have likely not held on long enough for the medical nanites to stabilize him. Let's leave it there. I was both confused and oh, you know what? We already established this that she's a healer. So let me change this out. Okay, I don't know if this is gonna make sense or not. Stabilize him. Okay, we're really lucky, blah blah. Crap, that's a whole lot of talking. As I asked, is he okay? Thankfully, got him here fast enough, and Sarah was able to use her healing abilities to help him, or he'd be dead. We're really lucky to have brought someone who can use healing magic, or he would have likely not held on long enough for medical nanites to have stabilized him. I don't know if this adds anything. Stabilize him. When Zach had first said Sarah was going to come also, you know what? I don't really feel that it does bring something. I'm not really sure if I think that this adds anything to it, and I'm kind of bugged by it. When Zach and Sarah first, when Zach had first said Sarah was going to come also, you know what? I don't like that. I might add more stuff in here later on, but really, honestly, we don't need what I was about to add in there. It doesn't even make sense, and who cares? Okay, stabilize him. I think we're still in quotes. Is this all Washington's talking? Oh, never mind. This is just Oren letting us know. Okay, Oren let us know he watched some of the ship's officers search Daniel and Ethan's quarters and gathering up weapons they had, along with making sure there were no more devices. Washington stood up. We should find out what we can from them. If anybody wants to go with me, Oren nodded. I don't like the wording on that. In agreement, as he walked to the door, saying, "Yeah, I need something to focus on." As they left, comma, as they left, I hoped they would find something of value. I stayed watching over Blake, wishing I would have done things differently for a while. We all sat quietly. Then Toby asked, "Why did they do this? Why would Daniel and Ethan be working with the elves?" Brandon stood up as if to gather his thoughts. He was knowledgeable when it came to almost anything. Brandon explained he believed they were Druin Mar. Oh, that makes sense. I need to. That makes sense though. Honestly, guys, earlier when I was writing and I glanced over and I saw the Druin Mar thing, I thought, oh, well, that must be the name brand, like a Druin Mar automatic carbine. They are Druin Mar. Let me fix this. And that is a laser carbine. They are actually separate. Good, good, good to know. Okay, a faction of humans controlled and loyal to the Illuminati, Empire elves. Drew and Mar are completely religious fanatics who forsake all cybernetics and genetic modification, serving one of the three elven empires from before the Great Wars. I think I decided which elven empire it was earlier, but whatever. We'll just decide that later on if it hasn't been. Um, I don't know what the heck that is. Okay, well that doesn't make sense. So let's just before the Great War. Boom. When the horrors arrived, they believed that it was judgment upon the whole of this plane for the abominations of humans and others modifying themselves with genetic manipulation and cybernetic technology. Boom. The Illuminati believed the way was lost by the other elves who had corrupted their natural ways to become too much like the humans. They sought out powerful horrors, pledging loyalty and providing sacrifices to them during the dark times. After the horrors, during the dark times after the horrors arrived. Over the years, they became twisted and driven to profane madness, but often rewarded with strange powers. As time went on, they served the horrors they chose. They served I don't like that. They served the horrors they chose as a god. Chose as gods. Growing powerful in the use of dark magic. See, all that I'm cool with. I knew little about pre war history and the elves, and also thought Daniel and Ethan had. Okay. But also thought Daniel and Ethan had been Drew and Mar. I was also. Wait, I was also sure things Sorry. I was also sure things likely had something to do with Amelia, the scientist we were heading to retrieve, but I was not sure what. I was not sure how much to say and wanted to look further into the details inside of my AI, hoping to find something to clear things up. So I excused myself politely, hoping to find some way to make things right. While I walked back to my quarters, I came around the corner and almost walked into Chiara, who was completely distracted. She immediately looked up to see it was me, then averted her eyes, composed herself, and simply walked away without a word. I wanted to speak to her badly and knew she likely knew that, but she didn't even glance back. I didn't have, wait, I didn't or did not. I did not have time for the shifting emotions of a girl, not even a hot one. So I decided to get back to my quarters and see what I could find in the AI's data. And so this is legitimately a giant freaking chapter that I have not wrote. Um, this is where we're gonna leave off for today. I'm gonna be honest. This is probably our Friday, guys. I doubt I'm gonna touch this until Friday. And then when we write this chapter, because we can write the delve into the AI chapter, just the other scene that we can't write live, you know what I mean? We will officially be plugging along. From there, it is all just revisions outside of the one scene that I need to write in there. And so, legit, guys, we're freaking super close to being done. It's absolutely coming along. We're right now at 29 chapters. Could I maybe see something changing somewhere in here? I don't know. Yeah, we'll be on chapter 13, delving into the AI on Friday. That's for sure what we're going to be doing. Real quick, I'm going to find somebody that we can raid. I'd like them to be doing, let's do the writing, but that's not always a thing. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't look like that is a thing. Okay, we have somebody doing writers. Let's raid this person that's doing writers. Let's see this. Okay, it's letting me know that they have adult content, kind of. So you guys cross your fingers, hope good. I'm going to start a raid. If it's too extreme, I'm sorry. Let's hope it's
We
not.
gave it more passenger space
Let me
and made
let
its
me pause that,
tech into
silence this. I'm starting the raid as we speak. Lightning 101, I hope you guys are having a great day. I will see you guys on Friday when we write more. Until then, I'll probably be on tomorrow doing some Entropia Universe. Peace, very best wishes, and you guys have a great day.